Well, here we are again. We are gonna start tearing this Jeep apart a little more. I'd like to get transfer case, and transmission out of it. And then at some point, front axle. That might not happen today. We're supposed to get quite a bit of rain. But as you seen in the last one, it's actually sitting on the rear axle with tires on it. It's gonna be pretty wide. That's all right. But let's go ahead and figure out what we need to take this T-case out of it. Pull all the linkages off and stuff like that. And we'll go from there. Alright. Well, I just grabbed a 3/8 socket set. I'll show you where the bolts are whenever we get to that point. I'm going to drain this thing first. I've never actually drained this. I have no idea what's in it, if anything at all. A little bit of water in there. That's always good. Water is always good. It's exactly what you want is water. Thing was empty. Wasn't anything in there. That's for sure. Wasn't anything in there. Oh, I guess it's not gonna fit that way. Good enough. Does the transmission mount have to come out? So pretty much everything under here was, kind of taken apart when I got it. It does still have everything in it, it still has the engine and transmission. But the biggest reason why I bought this thing is because it's super freaking clean. Except for that wasp nest right there. We'll just ignore that, pretend like we didn't see it. Super clean unit. But I might have to take this cross member out, or at least lower it down so I can get to some of the bolts. It doesn't look like the four-wheel drive linkage is in. Ow. Okay. So it's not, so here is your four-wheel drive linkage. This is where it connects to the body. This is just a brace. I'll probably end up running like a cable shifter in the future. This here is where it connects to the shifting lever, which is back here. But you have bolts. There's one in here. There's a bolt there. Bolt down here. All the way around this thing there's bolts. So that's why I was saying it might just be easier. Put a jack under here. Lower this cross member down and tilt the whole engine and transmission down to give me more room to get up and around the top. In order to do that, we got to go up top, pull the shifter boot out, pull the shifter out, or else it'll hit the floor and then you won't get it out at all. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Maybe I'll bust out the impact, make this go a little faster. Alright, so I got the cross member out. I left the transmission mount on. I got one nut pulled off. We're gonna start working our way around and then we'll get this T-case separated from the transmission. We're probably gonna have fluid come out of here. That's common. Maybe I'll put the pan underneath there to try to catch it. We'll go from there. Well, we're gonna get you set up here and we're just gonna start tearing this thing apart. Alright, well, it took a little bit of a break, but that's the transfer case. I did end up getting it pulled out. We're going to go ahead and start getting this motor out of here. A lot of these electronics are going away. But this wasn't a complete truck when I got it. It's missing master cylinder. So this truck turned over, but I could never get it to run. It's got a lot of other stuff doing, you know, like all this stuff is after, you know, whatever. It's always had electrical gremlins, like there's burnt wire there. So it's just, yeah, I'm going to do away with a lot of it. I'm going to keep the factory harnesses for lights and stuff like that. But a lot of the other stuff is just going to go away. I'm not even going to worry about trying to keep it. Put all different stuff back. But yeah, I just got little stuff like a lot of these wirings, wire for the starter, you know, just simple stuff. These accessories I'll probably just keep on there for now, and then just kind of unhook what I need just to get this out of here. But I'm thinking that this is going to be a small block Chevy, or follow the crowd and just go LS. Haven't figured that out yet, but it's pretty simple. On pulling these out, you know, you got a couple of wires here for your alternator, these wires here for your starter, a couple other wires. Here's a ground wire. you know, you got a wire for your oil pressure switch. You know, obviously motor mounts, injector harness, a couple other little sensors. Yeah, I don't know what some of this stuff is, like this, you know, this stuff here, all this other wiring harness, and it's pretty much ready to come out. There's not a whole lot to this truck. It's an 86. Not a whole lot of electronics. But yeah, we got to work on pulling this front clip off of here and then getting it out of the way, because it's definitely going to make pulling this engine a lot easier. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on pulling this. Probably try to set up some kind of time lapse. Figure out where some of these other screws and stuff are. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, well, I guess at some point the battery died. So I just got everything taken all the way out. Got the engine out, separated the transmission and stuff like that. But there she is, an empty engine bay. Gotta make room for a bigger engine. I believe that these motor mounts can be moved, you know, so like if you wanted to do the 6-cylinder, you just move them forward. Not 100% sure. Not really sure. I don't even know if it's the same mount. I mean, it looks like that this is where it would go. The holes aren't there. Not really sure. I don't even know what's there. Okay, right behind the coil bucket. So that's where the mounts are for the engine mount now. But yeah, there she is. I'm gonna start pulling most of this stuff out. Start depinning the harness. Get rid, just keep the stuff for lights, stuff like that. Get rid of all of this other engine stuff, like the coil pack I don't need. Just a lot of this other engine management stuff, like this stuff here. This is all part of the old sensors and O2 sensor, fuel injector. Just don't need it. So seeing how I don't need it, delete it. It's gonna be gone. Getting rid of it. So that's pretty much where I'm gonna stop at for today. So yeah, I gotta find somebody that wants this, because I don't need it. It can go to the junkyard for all I care. But yeah, thanks for coming along. This is gonna be a cool project when it's done. It's gonna be slow. It's gonna be a lot of money involved, but it'll be cool. See y'all next time.